We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Jets. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready.
Now Hall to start the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Got it. Ready? 65 catch. 65 catch.
They'll set up to throw. Austin brings in the quick throw. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. At that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Austin is there and brings in another one. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down. The Jets are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games and keep moving forward.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Gun. Stop. 11. Here we go. Stop.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Here we go. Here we go. Stop.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
11 Thomas. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Completes it to Douglas. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? First a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
He finds his man, complete, puts it on the carpet, it's out. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. You look at this Steeler defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Ready.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
Ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Go street. Drag him, 60. 79 Broncos. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit. You get the running game going back inside.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a 2nd and 10. From midfield now, Burrow. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First down, Steelers.
No score after one on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
On one, ready? 11 MT, 11 MT. 11.
Now it's Burrow. He finds Douglas complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall.
At the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A first catch there for Wilson and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Trap 60, trap 60. 70 70 Ranger.
Back to throw here. Gets this one to the tight end, Charles. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
18 reps, check. 19 tight.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. 11. Stop.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Wagner. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
11 MT, hey. 11 M 12. 11 MT. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Here we go.
Harris is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
They come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
George Pickens,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0.
Jets, nothing. Chris Boswell to kick it off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Okay, ready?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target.
Here we go.
Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Douglas, the man in motion.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Jets, nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains.
Reload. Ready.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up first and 10 at the 40.
12, 12, 12.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41.
Intercepted. The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Here we go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Trap alert! Trap alert! Ready.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Here's second and 10.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! 18 Pioneer! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Go!
They'll look to throw. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Roll, roll, roll!
They'll run with Hall. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Ready?
Second and goal from the 1.
Check, check! Panther 11! Panther 11!
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. It's their quarterback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here we go, here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Open man, that's the tight end Fryer move. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 28 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Burrow will throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And Burrow going to throw again. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. A give up the middle to Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
This is fielded at the 27. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
11.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Here's Burrow. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On third down, Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That third down conversion good for 23.
Here we go.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Now Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Second and 10.
11 Thomas. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Cup 19. Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 Lions. Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Completes it to Austin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incompletion on first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he finds Austin complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready.
Back to throw again. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Ready? '70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Buffalo 18. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready, go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Gun. Dot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one...
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction.
Here we go.
I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That is caught. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it's Burrow. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's good for a Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here we go, set. 19 tight, 19 tight. Mustang 19. Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He finds his man. And I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
7 Pirates. Panther 11, Panther 11. Warriors 70. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Jets first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On the set. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 Lions. Set up. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Buffalo 18.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
19 tight, 19 tight. Mustang 19. Street, street. $60 Maverick, $60 Maverick.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Here we go. 11 Thomas.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
On the give, this is Harris.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
55 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd and 14.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
But not a big gain with that play. But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. Boswell's kick is good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
2nd and 4. He finds Smith and Jigba. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Pirates. Panther 11. Panther 11. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Now back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Charles. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Throwing quickly to Wilson.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 Lion. Dragon 60. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Go.
He'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry.
A 39-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today, and really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Pitt,